What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another first listen video. And like the title says, in this one we're gonna be reacting and listening to DPR IAN's Moodswings in this order, or for short called MITO. Yeah, if you haven't saw yet, I did reactions to No Blueberries and also the kind of lead title track of this album, Nerves. So if you haven't saw those yet, I will link those reaction videos up ahead. But yeah, already said in those, I'm a huge fan of DPR IAN since his basically solo debut with So Beautiful, which just left me floored when I heard it the first time, and till now he kept up that momentum. Like, No Blueberries was freaking incredible, and Nerves Now too was freaking amazing. I'm having like huge expectations for this whole album. I feel like he will like kind of meet those expectations with like ease. I also already watched the documentary. I didn't do a reaction to that one, but I highly recommend it if you haven't saw yet to watch that documentary. He really talks about each individual track on this album and what each individual track means and what he tried to kind of convey, which message he tried to convey with each song, and who MITO is basically. And yeah, so it's a really big insight into his like creative mind and his thought process while doing this whole little album right here. Without further ado, let's just jump right in and start with the first track, which is called MITO. And like he said in that documentary, it is kind of the introduction of MITO, kind of letting us know who MITO is, what he represents. And for those who don't know, MITO is kind of like a second individual that lives inside him, and kind of like an alter ego, I would say, that he suppressed for a really long time and now finally lets free with this EP. Ooh, that guitar riff though, that guitar riff at the end, okay. Yeah, I feel like this intro basically is a really good intro, especially in terms of instrumentals. Like when I think about it, what comes next, which is So Beautiful, it really already shows his way of playing around with different instruments and sounds and being really experimental with its sound, and it really kind of leads you into that really well, this intro track, into that love from DPR IAN to play around with sounds and instruments and also still keeping a focus on one instrument. Because when I look at it, or when I think back, So Beautiful, Nerves, the guitar was really heavily focused, like it was nearly the lead instrument of it. I feel like it still shows that like kind of thunder of experimental sounds and instruments, but then at the end still focused on that guitar, showing the love for the guitar as a sound, as an instrument. And I think that's amazing. Like, all in all, I really like it as an intro track. It really leads you into MITO's world really well. It gives you the right feeling, the right introduction to it. And then right away we go into So Beautiful, which was the track that got me into DPR IAN and was his kind of solo debut, which that track is just so freaking amazing and just so good. But I already know that song, so we're gonna jump over So Beautiful because I already know it and go straight up into Dope Lovers. Dope Lovers, as much as I remember from the documentary, is about his past heartbreaks, of him going really high, or basically getting really high from an addictive love. But you know, with a really big high comes also a really big low most of the time. You know, it's always a push and pull. And with that came for him, I feel like, a lot of heartbreaks. It was kind of his way in this one to depict that kind of addictive love that is actually no good for you. You know, dope lover. You know, you know it's no good. You know, you after, as soon as you got high on that love, it will come crash down again into a heartbreak, but you still go back for it again and again, basically. So I feel like that was what he was trying to depict with that. So let's just go in and listen to the song. His voice. So simple and effective. That's like the way I would describe this song. Like, yes, another lot of stuff is happening. Like the beat is pretty much constant, but because he takes it out sometimes to emphasize some lyrics or to just take it down again from the whole like instrumental, just taking it a step down, it has that nice form. So just by doing that simple task of just slowing it down again, taking some instruments away, he already depicts an amazing wavelength of storytelling in the song. And I feel like I had it wrong in my mind a little bit, because when I heard about what the song will be about, I thought the dope lover or the dope lovers are his exes or, you know, the other persons. But especially towards the end, I feel like the dope lover was himself, the dope lover, the broke lover, you know, because he couldn't maintain the relationships, I feel like. Especially there was one line that I'm now blanking on again towards the end that he sang, that I was like, oh my god, he's actually talking kind of in third person about himself in the relationship. Also that little part with "from the kiss," I know that's from the documentary. It came to my mind when I heard it. He was really going into retrospective and was thinking about that lyric. He was like, wait, is it for the kiss or from the kiss? And then he said, I don't know why that is so clear in my mind, but he said a lot of shit happens after the kiss, so it's from the kiss. Just already the way he thought so deeply about that reflects again in the end product of his. Just the messages and the lyricism and the songwriting is just so good from this guy. Oh my god. Next up we have No Blueberries, which I did a reaction video to, so if you are interested in that little reaction video, I have the link up ahead. So we're gonna jump over No Blueberries, and the next song that we have on the list would be Nerves, which I also reacted to. So if you're interested in that reaction, I have Nerves also linked up ahead to that music video reaction. So we're gonna jump over Nerves too and go straight away to Scaredy Cat. As much as I can remember from the documentary about Scaredy Cat was that it was basically inspired by his fear of everything. I remember that line really pretty clear. And also it was kind of inspired by the term curiosity killed the cat. Let's jump right in and listen to the song. I think I'm scared. Again, this song, again, really inspired by kind of pop, punkish, rockish influences, kind of a little bit some hip-hop influences maybe too, maybe even some retro 80s, 70s vibes going on. So he really loves that kind of blend of those genres right there. I would say kind of a little bit of electronic. Also, his love of stopping the instrumental to emphasize lyrics shined again in the song. Also his love for switching it totally up to a little bit of a different vibe in the middle of the song. It went for a little bit, for like a minute, it went to a little bit more of a funky, basser heavy song there that kind of took me off guard, but was so freaking dope. I freaking love the chorus. I'm a scaredy cat. Doo-woo-woo. I feel like that's one of the most like repetitive and most memorable like melodies. I feel like that's one that can really be an earworm that really will be stuck in your head for a really long time. Also, kind of the first time the chorus came in, I'm a scaredy cat, it really reminded me like a cat. In my mind, I was like, if a cat would sing, I'd think it would sing like that. And again, another win in my book for DPR IAN, another really good song from him. So we're basically 6 for 6 till now, at least in my eyes. So let's go ahead to the 7th track, which is Welcome to the Show. Welcome to the Show is, as I remember, is kind of one of the songs, or is the songs where MITO is kind of getting accepted who he is, like in a total center stage grand, kind of a little bit finale kind of way. But in the same time, it's also kind of a way of DPR IAN telling us, the listeners, like, welcome to my show, welcome to me. Basically, like, this whole album is me. Okay, so it's not only him welcoming us or inviting us to this album, to who he is, but also kind of inviting us to his show and his journey to finding himself, basically, because he really emphasized a lot of times in these songs that he doesn't know who he is right now, but he's inviting us to stay with him and figure it out with him, and saying basically also, if you also don't know yet where to go with yourself, with your life, or who you are, let's find it out together in this journey. That's why also the song is kind of towards the end of the album, kind of saying, hey, look, these are some of the past experience of mine, and now I welcome you, because you know that stuff now from me. I welcome you to the show and to the journey into the future with me, to now be together, kind of, because, you know, also till now, till the release of this album, he was more behind the camera, and now he stepped for the first time solo in front of the camera, kind of, in a way. It's now also a journey, and he said also by the end of the documentary, he showed a lot already, but he has a lot more in store for us, and it kind of is like an invitation to that. And I really do love the verses in this song, the more stripped down part, especially when the piano, I think that was the second verse with the piano together, that was so freaking beautiful. The chorus, I like it, it's not bad, but for me, his vocals get a little drowned out in the instruments. He then also flexed his amazing vocal ability throughout those choruses. There were some 2-3 high notes that he went for that just, you know, all in all together was then a little bit too much, at least for me. Now we only have the last song left, number 8, which is called No Silhouette. This song was kind of like the downfall of MITO in a way. I feel like if I like got his information correctly, if I process his information correctly from Ian, from the documentary, MITO had kind of a really grand finale with Welcome to the Show, with those really highs in the chorus. And now, you know, with every high again comes a down, and that's No Silhouette. And while MITO comes down from that high, he turns back into Ian. It makes Ian basically realize also why he needs MITO. Let's go ahead and listen to the last song. Wow, okay, this song also showed another strength of Ian as a producer, next to his love for mixing instruments, mixing sounds, different sounds, and kind of being really experimental. and making it work is layering, especially in the beginning when he started to layer his vocals, and I think it was the guitar, right? I'm not so sure anymore actually, but the way he layered that till then the beat dropped in and that layering kind of fell off, is that, oh my god, that was so freaking good. He really also like repeated it a lot. It's the end of MITO in a way. He is just a genius in his own right in that way. Like the whole list, like this is, I would say this is also more like kind of an outro again, not a full song, but it just fits as an outro. Like it doesn't really totally feel like an end, but it really kind of finishes off the whole EP in a nice bow. Yeah, this was my whole reaction to the whole like EP of DPR IAN, and I hope it's not gonna be one of the last ones. I hope we're gonna hear from him a lot more. It sounded like he wanted to show us a lot more, so really excited what he will have in store for us in the future, and I'm just so down for that ride, for that show basically. At the end of the whole album, of after the first listen, I feel like this album is so many points out of 10. Just little disclaimer, this whole point score and also my thoughts that I said during this reaction is just me reacting and telling you guys my first few brief thoughts, what I think about the album right after listening to it the first time. This whole point score and also like my thoughts on the individual songs can change. I'm of course really curious on what you guys thought of the whole album, so let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of DPR IAN's Moodswings in this order. I hope you guys have an amazing day, be safe, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'ma see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Drowning out our sorrows, holy water lost at sea. Stacking all this baller, I might call